Student, today again we'll take the same topic, finding the relationship between zeros and the coefficients of a polynomial. So on the last term we have taken some of the examples with the polynomials. Now today again we take some more examples. Let us take the equation as t square minus 15 equals to 0. Here only two terms are given. It is a quadratic equation, but only two terms are given here. So we'll solve it. T square equals to 15. On further solving, we will get t equals to plus minus root 15. At this level, whenever you find the square root, always you put both of the side, plus also and minus also, because you don't know whether it was positive root 15 or negative root 15. While doing the square of both positive root 15 and negative root 15, you will get 15 only. So we will take both the sides. So we'll take alpha as plus root 15 and beta as minus root 15. Here the value of A is 1. B, there is no term of single variable t, that is 0. And the constant term is minus 15. So first we'll check for the sum of the zeros, that is alpha plus beta, which I already told you, equals to sum of the zeros equals to minus b upon a, where b is the coefficient of x and a is the coefficient of x square. So alpha as plus root 15 and beta as minus root 15 equals to the value of b is 0 here, so minus 0 upon 1. On solving this we will get 0, so on both the sides we will get here 0. So this relationship is verified. Now for alpha into beta. Product of the zeros equals to c upon a, where c is the constant term and a is the coefficient of x square. So plus root 15 into minus root 15 equals to the value of c is minus 15 upon 1. On multiplying, plus and minus will make minus, and it will be root 225 equals to minus 15. On solving the left side, we will get minus 15 equals to the right side minus 15. Both the sides are equal, so this relationship is verified. So in this way, we have verified this question relationship between zeros and the coefficient. Now the next 4u square plus 8u, again it is a quadratic equation. As you all know, in a quadratic equation there are three terms. We used to have three terms, but here we are having only two terms. 4u square plus 8u equals to 0. Here we can take 4u as common. So in the bracket we are left with u plus 2 equals to 0. Again the product of these two factors is 0. So either 4u is 0 or u plus 2 is 0. If 4u is 0, the value of u is 0. So alpha will be 0. If u plus 2 is 0, u equals to minus 2. So beta equals to minus 2. Now here value of a, that is the coefficient of square term, is 4. Value of b, the coefficient of single variable, it is 8. And there is no c term, that is c is 0. Now alpha plus beta, sum of the zeros equals to minus b upon a. So alpha 0, beta minus 2 equals to minus 8 upon 4. So on the left side we will get minus 2 and also on the right side we will get minus 2. Now alpha into beta is c upon a. Alpha is 0 and beta is minus 2. So it is right side, c is 0 and a is 4. 0 upon 4 will be 0 and 0 into minus 2 will make also 0. So again this relationship is verified. So in this way you will verify the relationship between zeros and the coefficients. Now the next topic is find a quadratic equation if sum and the product of its zeros are given. First number is given as the sum of the zeros and the second number is given as the product of the zeros. So first is root 2 and 1 by 3. Root 2 is sum of the zeros and 1 by 3 is product of the zeros. How will we form the equation? Already I told you when I started the chapter that x square minus sum of the zeros into x plus product of zeros equals to 0. What is the equation? X square minus, in the bracket sum of the zeros, bracket close, x plus product of zeros equals to 0. So substitute the value. X square, sum of the zeros is root 2. So we'll substitute the value here as root 2. And product of zeros as 1 by 3. So we'll substitute here 1 by 3 equals to 0. This is the equation. If you want to further solve it, you can take 3 as the LCM. And this equation will be 3x square minus 3 root 2x plus 1 equals to 0. When 3 will go on the right side, it will be multiplied with 0 and it will be 0. So this will be the equation only. Now next is sum of the zeros is minus 1 by 4 and the product of the zeros is 1 by 4. So in the same way, x square minus sum of the zeros into x plus product of the zero. So x square minus 1 by 4 into x plus 1 by 4 equals to 0. So further solving, we can take 4 as LCM. So 4x square minus minus will make plus. It is plus x plus 1 equals to 0. 4 will be multiplied with 0 and when it will be cross multiplied to the right side, it will be multiplied with 0. It will make the equation as 4x square plus x plus 1 equals to 0. This is the equation. So if you know the sum of the zeros and the product of the zeros, this is the way to form the equation. And if the zeros are given, suppose 2 and 3 are the zeros of the equation, then there is another way to find the equation. The way to find the equation is x minus the first factor, x minus the second factor, and you multiply both the equations, you will get the required polynomial. So on solving, we will get x square minus 2x minus 3x plus minus 2 into minus 3 equals to 0. Or x square minus 5x plus 6 equals to 0. This will be the equation. So if you know the zeros of the polynomial, then this is the way x minus the first factor and x minus the second factor. You multiply both the equation and put equals to 0. This is the way to find the equation. And if the sum and the product of the zeros is given, so I told you the previous way to find the equation. Now the next topic is divide the polynomial px by gx. So you do the exercise 2.1 already have done, and now 2.2 you will do. Now it is the next exercise 2.3 from your NCERT book. Divide the polynomial px by gx. Find quotient and the remainder. We are given the polynomial px as x cube minus 3x plus 5x minus 3 and gx equals to x square minus 2. So we will divide it. We will divide px by gx. We will write in the way as we used to divide. So on dividing, x square minus 2, and here we will write the dividend. Now how to divide a polynomial by another polynomial? We will check the first term of the divisor and dividend both. The first term of divisor is x square and the first term of dividend is x cube. So for how many times we require x to make it x cube? Will require for one time only. So we will multiply x square by x. So in that first case, the quotient will be x. Now with x we will multiply the divisor. So on multiplying, we will get x cube minus 2x. As we do in the simple division, we subtract whatever the term we get, we subtract from the dividend. So we will subtract here. And as we know in algebra, we change the sign while subtracting, so we will change the sign also. On changing the sign, these terms will be cancelled. And now there is no term of x square and it is a term of x. 5x and 2x, we will solve them. 5x and 2x both are positive on changing the sign, so we will get 7x here. Now we will copy the next term, minus 3x square plus 7x. Now again we will check the first term of the divisor and the first term of dividend, this one. It is x square, it is minus 3x square. So it will go for minus 3 times. You can check it in this way also. So it will go for minus 3 times. So we will multiply the divisor with minus 3. On multiplying, we will get minus 3x square, and minus 3 minus 2 will make plus 6. Now again in the same way, we will change the sign and we will subtract. So these two terms will be cancelled and there is no term of x, and we will left with minus 6. Here in the dividend minus 3 is given, so we will solve minus 3 and minus 6 will make minus 9. So we are left with the two terms 7x and minus 9. So the quotient is x minus 3 and the remainder is 7x minus 9. So on dividing the first polynomial px by the second polynomial gx, we get the quotient as x minus 3 and the remainder as 7x minus 9. We can also verify the division algorithm, where dividend equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Here in this case, you can see that the degree of the remainder is less than the degree of the divisor. So now we can't further divide. Understood? Now we'll move on to the next question. Px is given as x to the power 4 minus 3x square plus 4x plus 5. And gx is given as x square plus 1 minus x. So we'll write in the decreasing order of x. Decreasing order of the power of x. So x square minus x plus 1. It is the proper way to write an equation. An equation here, x square minus x plus 1 will divide x to the power 4 minus 3x square plus 4x plus 5. So again we will check the first term of divisor and the dividend. Here it is x square, here it is x4. We need x square more to make it x to the power 4. So we will multiply it with x square. X square is the quotient and x square will multiply the whole divisor. So on multiplying we will get x to the power 4 minus x cube plus x square. And in the same way as we subtract, the proper division method we will subtract by changing the sign. First we will change the sign of all the terms written downward. So these two terms will be cancelled. Here there is no term of x cube, so we'll leave it as it is. And minus 3x square and plus x square, they will solve each other. It is minus and it is minus, both are minus, so it will make minus 4x square. And the term of x cube will be copied here. Next term plus 4x will copy down. Now we will check the first term of the dividend and the divisor both. Divisor the first term x square and dividend it is x cube. So next we will check the term of dividend, first term of dividend and the first term of divisor. It is x cube and it is x square. So we need one more x to get it x cube. So we will multiply with positive x. Now with plus x we will multiply the divisor. The whole divisor will multiply, will get x cube minus x square plus x. Now again we will change the sign of the terms written here and we will subtract in the simple subtraction way, simple division way, we will subtract it. So on subtracting, these two terms will be cancelled. And this is the term of x square, this also is the term of x square. They will solve each other according to their sign. We will get minus 3x square. And here we will get plus 3x. Next term we will copy as plus 5. Now again we will check the first term minus 3x square and x square. It will go for minus 3 times. So minus 3x square plus 3x and minus 3 we will get here. We will change the sign and we will subtract. So these two terms will be cancelled here. And we will get plus 5 and plus 3. So plus 8 is the remainder. So the quotient is x cube plus x minus 3 is the quotient and the remainder is 8. So in this way you will divide. Whenever you have to divide, you just check the first term of the dividend and the first term of the divisor. If there is no term of that particular degree, then you will copy to the next level. And again, while dividing, next step, you will check the next step dividend and the first term of the next step dividend with the first term of the divisor, and you will divide in the same way. So this is the way how to divide a polynomial with another polynomial, get the quotient and the remainder. And when the degree of the remainder will be less than the degree of the divisor, you will stop the division, or if you can't further divide, which is natural. So at that step, you will stop the process, you will write the quotient and the remainder. Now next, the same division will continue. Here we will check whether gx is a factor of px or not. So how will we check? We'll divide gx and px. We'll divide px by gx, and if the remainder is 0, we'll say that gx is a factor of px. So we are given px as 2t to the power 4 plus 3x cube minus 2t square minus 90 minus 12. And gx is given as t square minus 3. So we'll write in the way and we'll start dividing. First term of divisor and the first term of dividend. It is 2t4 and it is t square. So to make it 2t4, we need 2t square. So this is the first step, quotient. So with 2t square, we will multiply the divisor. So you'll get here 2t to the power 4 and minus 6t square. So we can write down the term under t square term. And in the same way, we will change the sign and we will subtract. So these two terms will be cancelled. And these two terms, according to their sign, we will solve it. We will get 4t square. Next term will copy 3t cube. Now, if you like, you can copy all the terms in this way. Now, first term of the next step, dividend and divisor. To make t square as 3t cube, we need 3t. So the next step quotient is 3t plus 3t. So we multiply this divisor with 3t. So we'll get 3t cube minus 9t. We will write another term of t. On solving, by changing the sign, these two terms will be cancelled. And we're left with 4t square minus 12. Again, we'll check 4t square and t square. To make t square as 4t square, we need plus 4. So next step quotient is plus 4. We'll multiply it with 4t square and minus 12. So we're left with the remainder. All the term will be cancelled here. We'll left with the remainder 0. So the quotient has come as 2t square plus 3t plus 4 is the quotient. And the remainder is 0 here. In case remainder is 0, so you'll say that gx is a factor of px. So in this way, you will find whether gx is a factor of px or not. This is the way only. While dividing, you find the quotient, and if the remainder is 0, then you will say that gx, the first polynomial or the second polynomial, is a factor of the other polynomial. Children, you do the exercise 2.3, exercise 2.3 of your NCERT book to the questions, and we'll continue with the leftover problems on the next term. Do the exercise as well, and also do the practice from your reference book, the questions of the same type.